Well, we learn so much from each other just by talking and
Yep.
listening and learning. And I mean, you just sit there and you're like, I'm watching all these other people. I'm like, what do I contribute to anything? And I said to a friend of mine, I don't do much of anything. And she's like, well, let me see. You have a live? And I said, yeah. She goes, you do it Thursdays and Saturdays are your animals, since you know too much about animals. I'm like, okay. And she goes, but everybody wanted a place to get together and talk.
Mhm.
Talk about everything. Everybody else has, we talk about this and this and this, and they set up a schedule. You just go all out and just let it go. I'm like,
It's
maybe
awesome.
that's why. It's so funny. I'm like, we'll go from the sermon I did to Stephen's Kai. Is that what it's called, Stephen?
It's
And
Kai or High or Heim. I mean, it's all kind of interwoven in there, but it's the just the significance of it, to the Jews is
Mhm.
it's insane. I mean,
Yeah,
and something that's just been laying right there in front of us. And how many other nuggets are just laying right there in front of us
yeah,
that are just now, we're just like, wow, I never saw it that way. I mean, uh, and
yeah. I mean,
that Malachi chapter 3, 16 through 18,
yeah,
like
that.
what you were talking about, Barbara. What are you doing? You're doing Malachi chapter 3, 16 through 18. We're getting together, we're talking about his name, uh,
Mhm.
and
Amen.
when he makes up his jewels, he will spare us as a man spareth his own son. Then shall ye return and judge between who serveth him and who serveth him not. But it's all that, and that's the only place in the Bible where it mentions the book of remembrance.
Mhm.
And I mean, that's the last book of the Old Testament. And it's just very, very rapturesque.
Yeah. Well, like I said before we came on, everyone, just to let you know, we were talking in back, and I asked God, I told Scott, I said, I asked God, why didn't you make me prettier? And he says, because I don't want you getting vain and I want you to pay more attention to me. But if you were beautiful, you'd be looking in the mirror and not looking at me. And I'm like, well, that makes sense. And Scott's like, yep, yep. Scott is handsome. You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't know how he could be. And then he's, started talking. I'm like, oh, I see. Okay. But, we all have something that we don't like about ourselves. But we don't have to look at ourselves like people see us. God sees your heart. So if you're being sweet to people and talking about the Lord and trying to get them on the ark, as we always say,
Yep.
and things like that, God sees what is in your heart. You could be the most beautifulest person ever, but if your heart is vain or self-centered or evil or mean, it, he doesn't see that. He doesn't see your good looks he gave you. He's seeing what's in your heart. So you could be ugly, like extremely, but if your heart's in the right place, just like David, God says he has a heart after me, not
Yep.
after himself. So that's what we all are dealing with. I mean, come on, think about it. I know we all feel this way. We all feel this way, that we don't measure up to somebody else. Well, God told me one day, don't measure yourself by looking, because I don't see that person for who you see them as. I see their heart. So you might think they're beautiful or they're smart or this or that, but what I see is totally different. And as one of my friends said, and Sir actually said, don't sell yourself short. And I'm like, okay, yeah, okay, stop talking like that. You gotta catch yourself, because you are precious in God's eyes. He doesn't see what he made you to look like. He sees who you are in Christ in your heart. So if you think, oh, she's prettier or he's more handsome or all this other stuff, don't look at it that way. Close your eyes. Think of a person who's blind. They don't see what you look like, but they know what you're thinking and they know how you feel and they know. Just know right then and there. Back in my school, they taught us for 2 weeks how to be blind, which sounds funny. They put a scarf around our eyes and says, okay, go out to the field and see where you go. I said, what happens if I fall? Don't worry, you'll be fine. Just go ahead. And they said, but go slow. So we would go slow and people would help us. And one of the girls just ran back and left me. I'm like, how am I supposed to? Well, take the scarf off your head and then you can see what you're doing. I'm like, oh, duh, but it really showed me how to see others. Don't see with your eyes, you see with your heart. And they can be beautiful, but you don't know what's going on behind the doors, behind their doors. What are they like in their house? Could they be angry? Could they be throwing things? Could they be screaming at somebody? Could they be watching something they're not supposed to watch? You gotta think, we all sin. I get it. Yeah, I get it. We all sin. But when you see these people behind their closed doors and look in their closets, they might be a totally different person from what you're looking at. So think of it this way: close your eyes and open your heart and see how that person is. I don't know if I'm making any sense.
Barb, that was a